Hey there, I'm Ingela of Courageous Artistry, and I've gotten into the habit of doing a video every Tuesday for you. So today I wanted to talk about a strategy that can help us in achieving our goals. And this is referred to as what's in the bubble. And I learned it recently from a great book, or I relearned it recently from a great book. This is the book, Fight Your Fear and Win by Greene. If you haven't checked out this book already and you're a performing artist or somebody else who is in a profession where you might cope with fears of imposter syndrome, public speaking, etc., it's a great book and you should really give it a read. I will also be giving a goal setting webinar this Thursday evening, May 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you would like to tune into that, you can find more information at my website, www.courageousartistry.com/free webinar, or you can go to the link in my bio if you're on Instagram. There's still some spaces in the webinar, so I would hope to see you there. So this is the strategy that can help you gain a lot of clarity on your goals and how to prioritize goals, and he calls it what's in the bubble. So this is a strategy for us to be able to prioritize some really big life goals. I think this works best with sort of long-term goals. So what it is that a lot of us are guilty of having so many goals that we just might not even know how to prioritize them. I frequently work with a lot of performers who want to do so many different things. In fact, I'd say one of the most common questions I get when people are having a consultation with me is, hey, I'm a person who has all of these big dreams and desires, and I want to do all of these things, and then I get stuck knowing where to take action or what to do first or what's most important to me, and then I kind of get in cycles of procrastination and unmotivation. So the idea is write down on a piece of paper. I think it's great to put pen to paper. It helps our brain get clarity. Write out all of your big life goals. Just go crazy, write out everything, and don't hold back. So these are all things, once again, that you can focus on. But if we don't learn how to sort of parse out what's most important, we might get stuck. So the next step is to imagine that you're blowing a bubble like you used to do when you were a kid, or if you're a person who has kids, right, through a bubble wand. And there's only so big that bubble can grow before it bursts, right? So we're going to think about sort of the fragility of that bubble. And I want you to now imagine fitting in your most important goals into that bubble. Only your most important goals. You can't put everything in there, because if you try to stuff everything in that bubble, it will likely break. It's too fragile, right? So when you're doing this, something you can be aware of is to look for the shoulds amongst your goals. I've done another video that's on here about shoulds. Shoulds are oftentimes expectations that are set by others for us, or by society or culture, or maybe a should is it's something that you think is a goal that you really want, but actually it's something that you've internalized from another source, that maybe your parents wanted it for you, or your teachers or your mentors, or it's something that you feel like you should want, but maybe you don't really want it in your heart. So once you can figure out what your shoulds are in there, you might be able to leave some goals out of your bubble completely, right? You might feel like you should have the goal of wanting to perform at this or that theater or with this or that organization, but when you really take a look at it, you might realize that that doesn't belong in the smaller bubble. So figure out how much your fragile bubble can hold and put the rest to the side. So they don't have to fully go away. But if we are not going to keep our most important values and goals at the forefront, we might have trouble accomplishing them, right? We might get kind of stuck in the weeds and spinning our wheels trying to accomplish all these other goals. So if I'm thinking about what my bubble includes, I have a lot of things, a lot of goals I want to achieve. But if I'm really, really getting down to basics, I was thinking about this morning as I was preparing for this video. My health belongs in that bubble because it's very valuable to me, and I want to do a good job taking care of myself in all the ways that I can, so I can be around to enjoy all of the things. Definitely my marriage is one of the most important things in my bubble that needs to take priority, the health and well-being of my marriage. For me, building a business that allows me financial stability and freedom, and also that gives me a chance to serve and give back to the performing arts community. And then another thing that's in my bubble for sure, is being able to pursue musical and singing opportunities that I find fun and interesting and challenging and joyful. So having enough time in my life to be able to devote to my betterment in that area as well. So those are at least just a few of the smaller bubble goals that I came up while I was thinking about this morning. I would love to hear from you what some of your smaller bubble goals are, or perhaps you've been able to recognize what are some of the goals that don't belong in your smaller bubble, but that are still sort of, part of your life. So I'd love to hear from you what you think of this exercise. And like I said, if you haven't read it before, check out this book, Fight Your Fear and Win by Greene. It's really cool and helpful, and I might be talking about some other tips that he shares in this book. So I hope everybody has a great Tuesday. And if you haven't already signed up for my free workshop this Thursday evening, May 13th, I hope you will check it out and get registered. Completely free online workshop on goal setting. Have a great day. Bye.